downfield, and the receiver is wide open. Seconds left. Levens sees it. Knocks it in. Across the 20, to the 10, to the end zone. Touchdown, Blackhawk board. Good afternoon and welcome to Cassville High School. We are ready for Six Rivers Baseball on Driftless Sports Network, and it's a big-time matchup with conference title implications on the line. Potosi Cassville hosting the River Ridge Timberwolves in a battle of ranked teams. My name is Tyler Dictanis, joined alongside a special commentator, Arlo Dictanis, as we bring you high school baseball, on Driftless Sports Network. You can see on the YouTube channel that Potosi Cassville has already taken the field, and River Ridge will bat first in this matchup between the two teams. Potosi Cassville coming in as the number 10th ranked team in the state, currently sitting in the number 2 spot in the conference title race, 2 games behind first place Barneveld. And River Ridge is in the 4th place spot with a record of 11-6, 8-3 in Six Rivers play, and the 20th ranked team in the state in Division 4. Let's set up the batting order for the River Ridge Timberwolves. Leading off will be number 22, the center fielder, Noah Copsey. Batting second, today's starting pitcher, number 11, Cale Koenig. Batting third, the shortstop, number 24, Blake Reynolds. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, number 5, Alan Hernandez. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 7, Jack White. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 18, Aaron Bedward. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 10, Brandon Davis. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 9, Draven Morris. He's batting in place of the second baseman, number 13, Reese Drew. And running out the batting order for the River Ridge Timberwolves, the left fielder, number 3, Cam Reynolds. Again, the batting order for River Ridge: Copsey, Koenig, Reynolds, Hernandez, White, Bedward, Davis, Morris, Reynolds. Noah Copsey coming up to the plate. He will be squaring off against today's starting pitcher, Colton Vogelsberg, who got the win against River Ridge in the first matchup, a 2-0 victory. Vogelsberg had a heck of an outing, had a one-hit shutout, striking out 9 River Ridge batters as Copsey stands in the box. And the first pitch from Vogelsberg misses upstairs for ball 1. The defensive alignment for Potosi Cassville in the outfield from left to right, it's Reed Weber, Logan Roush, and Chris Vels, excuse me. We'll set up the infield in just a moment. Copsey fouls this one off to make the count 1-1. From third to first, Ben infield, Alex Frederick, River Star, and Lane Schaefer, and Damian Bauer catching today for Vogelsberg. We'll set up Vogelsberg's pitching stats in just a moment. The 1-1 pitch inside for ball 2. Vogelsberg on the season has a 5-0 record, has pitched 31 2/3 innings. 11 walks, 46 strikeouts, an ERA of 1.77, and this one popped up, and it's going to go behind us out of play to break the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Noah Copsey. Vogelsberg a 1.77 ERA and a 1.04 whip. Copsey batting on the season a 388 batting average, and chops this one foul on the third base side. We'll do it again. Copsey also with a 924 OPS, 11 RBIs, 5 strikeouts, and 6 stolen bases. The 2-2 in the dirt for ball 3. Count goes full. Again, this is a big game in terms of the conference title for the 6 Rivers. As the full count pitch, chop foul again. Both these teams keeping an eye on the game going on in Blanchardville between Pecatonica and Barneville. Barneville, the number 1 ranked team in the state. And here's the payoff pitch. Copsey rips this one down the left field line. Arlo, would you like to say hello?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Are you enjoying the game so far?
Yeah.
Good deal. Here's the full count pitch. And Copsey pops this one up over to short. Frederick calls everyone off, and he will close the glove on it, 1 away. Copsey pops out to short, 1 away. Brings up Cale Koenig. Koenig on the season, batting .549 and OPS of 1.652, leading the team in essentially all batting categories. 27 RBIs, looks at the first pitch, and it's away for ball 1. That Pecatonica-Barneville game, you can hear that on South 78 Radio. John Satterley has a call of that. He'll be bringing us updates throughout the evening as the 1-0 pitch fouled to the backstop to make the count 1-1. Pitcher-on-pitcher matchup. This is the same pitching matchup that we had in the first matchup between these two teams this year. One. Sails high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cale Koenig. Blake Reynolds in the on-deck circle for River Ridge. And Koenig rips this one down the left field line, and Frederick is going to go into shallow left to call it off. And Alex Frederick retires the first 2 batters in inning number 1. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the first inning. Blake Reynolds will try to extend the inning for River Ridge. Has a .421 batting average, a 1.206 OPS, as Vogelsberg gets ready to load up the first pitch. And this one ripped over to short. It's off the shoulder of Frederick, and he guns that one over to first, and the runner is out. What a throw by Frederick. Alex Frederick doing some work on the defensive side for Potosi Cassville. Pop out, ground out. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We are through in 1/2 of an inning. It's River Ridge 0, Potosi Cassville 0. Potosi Cassville up to bat. And we'll set up the batting order for PC. Again, the number 10th ranked team in the state. Coming into this matchup, 13-4 overall, 11-2 in the Six Rivers. Their batting order goes like this. Leading off, the shortstop, number 44, Alex Frederick. Batting second, the catcher, number 25, Damian Bauer. Batting third, the pitcher, number 33, Colton Vogelsberg. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 2, Ben Infield. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 4, Reed Weber. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 7, River Saar. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 17, Logan Roush. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 8, Lane Schaefer. And rounding out the batting order for Potosi Cassville, the right fielder, number 24, Chris Vels. Again, Frederick, Bauer, Vogelsberg, infield, Weber, Saar, Roush, Schaefer, Vels. The defensive alignment for River Ridge in the outfield from left to right, it's Cam Reynolds, Noah Copsey, and Aaron Bedward. And from third to first, Alan Hernandez, Blake Reynolds, Reese Drew, Jack White. Brandon Davis is catching for today's starting pitcher, number 11, Cale Koenig. And Koenig with the first pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. We'll get to Koenig's stats in just a moment. And this one hit down the right field line, and it's going to be a foul ball. Count goes 0-2. Pitching on the season for Cale Koenig has a record of 4-2, 27 2/3 innings pitched, 49 strikeouts, 25 walks, a 3.17 ERA, and a whip of 1.61. And Frederick chops this one down the third base side.
You got this, River Ridge?
You cheering on for River Ridge today?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the 0-2. And this one chopped back to the pitcher, and it will find its way into shallow center field for the first base hit of the game. Alex Frederick making a case for our player of the game today. Responsible for the 3 outs defensively. And leads things off with a single. 1 on, nobody out. In the bottom of the first inning, brings up Damian Bauer, batting .269 on the season, has an OPS of .654. Koenig winds up, delivers, it's low for ball 1. Also on the season, Bauer 16 RBIs, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts, 10 stolen bases along the base paths. Alex Frederick has 28 stolen bases on the season. I believe the count is now 2-0. And that pitch is low, and Frederick takes off for second, and it will be a stolen base, uncontested. Count is 3 balls, no strikes to Damian Bauer. Kenny checks Frederick at second, and that pitch finds the inner third of the strike zone for strike 1. Count goes to 3-1. Koenig deals. This one hit right back to Koenig and finds its way to center field again. Frederick rounding third. He won't get to home plate in time, and Potosi Cassville's on the board. So an RBI single for Damian Bauer puts Potosi Cassville in front, 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Colton Vogelsberg at the plate. And that's low for ball 1. And this will be fouled off. Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Picture perfect day here in Cassville for high school baseball. And that one's eye level for ball 2. Colton Vogelsberg on the season, a .442 batting average, an OPS of 1.029. And Vogelsberg rips this one foul down the right field line and bounces off the roof of the concession stand, and hopefully someone's got good car insurance. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Colton Vogelsberg, 1 out, 1 on, or excuse me, no one out and 1 on. Potosi Cassville up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. And this one hit to right field, and Bedward will close the glove on it, throws it back to the infield for the first out of the inning. Vogelsberg retires on a fly out to right field. Now Ben Infield coming up to the plate. The third baseman wears number 2. That's right-handed. Give him credit as one of our assistants for getting our stream set up tonight. Swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1.
River Ridge is the best team I've ever seen play in my life.
Unbiased analysis from Arlo Dictanis. And that pitch misses low and away for ball 1. Down high at eye level, ball 2. Missed it earlier. Vogelsberg dealt out the first pitch, sponsored by Frugal Floozies, bringing you the latest deals to save you money. That one's inside for ball 3. Count goes to 3-1. 1 out, 1 on in the bottom of the first. Potosi Cassville with a 1-run lead. This is chop foul down the right field line. And we have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To Ben Infield, Reed Weber in the on-deck circle for Potosi Cassville. And this one fouled to the backstop. We'll do it again. Damian Bauer, the runner at first for PC, and he's going to get back to first base sliding. Koenig thought about throwing, but decided not to. And the pitch. This one hit to deep right field. Bedward trying to track it down, and he will close the glove on it in fair territory for the second out of the inning. Back-to-back flyouts. Potosi Cassville still leading 1-0. With 1 on and 2 out, Reed Weber coming up to the plate. Reed Weber at .378 batting average, an OPS of 1.078. 21 RBIs, 12 walks, 6 strikeouts, 14 stolen bases on the campaign. Where's number 4? Bats left-handed. Looks at the first pitch away for ball 1. Koenig checks the runner at first, now deals. And that one catches the lower third of the strike zone for strike 1. Koenig able to paint the corner. Potosi Cassville in the gold jerseys with maroon pinstripes. Swing and a miss, strike 2 for Reed Weber. If Weber reaches base, River Sar is standing on deck for Potosi Cassville. River Ridge in the purple jersey tops with white pants. Wolves written across the chest in white. And this will be fouled off down the left field line. Count stays at 1-2. Potosi Cassville with a 1-run lead in the bottom of the first. Snap throw to first. Pickoff attempt. Unsuccessful. Runner gets back in time. The 1-2. This one hit to the right center field gap, and that will drop for a base hit. There'll be at least a single for Weber, and runner will hold at third. So a single for Reed Weber extends the inning for Potosi Cassville. Runners at the corners with 2 away in the bottom of the first. Damian Bauer, the runner at third. Reed Weber, the runner at first. River Sar at the dish. Looks at the first pitch, low and inside for ball 1. River Sar batting .368 on the season with an OPS of .859, and that one hits him. A hit by pitch loads the bases for Potosi Cassville with 2 outs and a golden opportunity to potentially blow this game open right away for Logan Roush, the starting center fielder. Whereas number 17 has a batting average of .280, an OPS of .708. Has 9 RBIs coming into this one. Another lefty batter. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Getting with the nod and fouls this one to the backstop. Count goes 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Logan Roush with the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. PC with a 1-run lead. Makes solid contact, and that will find its way to shallow center field. Damian Bauer will score. Reed Weber will score. Runners at the corners again for Potosi Cassville. And Potosi Cassville now leading 3-0 in the bottom of the first inning. It's a 2-run single for Logan Roush, and now Lane Schaefer, starting first baseman, the 8th batter that Koenig has faced in the game. Swings and misses for a strike. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. Off speed, inside for ball 1.
Come on, River Ridge, you're the best team ever.
More unbiased analysis from Marlo Dictanis. 1-2, fouls back. If Lane Schaefer reaches base, Chris Vels, the number 9 hitter, standing on deck. So far in this inning for Potosi Cassville, 3 runs on 4 hits. Koenig checks the runner at first. Deals. Missed outside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on in the bottom of the first. A 3-run lead for Potosi Cassville. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Koenig gets his first strikeout of the game. But Potosi Cassville brings 3 in. 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors, 2 left on base. Through 1 inning, Potosi Cassville 3, River Ridge 0. The Wolves are out to bat next in high school baseball on DSN. Our game is sponsored by .08. Big flavor, 0 alcohol, nothing boring about it. Hit up Chelsea with .08 for your next event. Find her on Facebook and Instagram. And by the Frugal Floozies, helping you find the best deals on everything from fashion to everyday essentials. If you love saving money and still looking great, they've got you covered. Check them out on Facebook. And by NG Coffee House, a cozy small-town cafe where caffeine, cliffhangers, and community meet. Grab a latte, find a seat, and follow your next great story at NG Coffee House in Bloomington. Alan Hernandez will lead things off for River Ridge in the top of the 2nd inning, followed by Jack White and Aaron Bedward. No updates yet from John Satterley on the game that he has on South 78 Radio between Barneveld and Pecatonica. Both of these teams are rooting for a Pecatonica win so that both teams can close the gap with River Ridge playing Barneveld twice next week for an opportunity at the conference title. First pitch, in there for a strike. Alan Hernandez on the season, .356 batting average and .883 OPS. Swings and misses to make the count 0-2. And Hernandez rips this one foul down the right field line, out of play. Hernandez, the starting third baseman for River Ridge, wears number 5, bats right-handed, fouls this one to the backstop to keep the count at 0-2. A little bit of a breeze here in Cassville, but very comfortable afternoon for baseball. 74 degrees. Cassville right now, swing and a miss, strike 3. One away in the bottom of the second inning. First strikeout for Vogelsberg. Again, he had 9 strikeouts in the first matchup between these two teams out in Patch Grove. Vogelsberg had a 1-hit shutout in the 2-0 win. Jack White, the first baseman, at the plate. Swing and a miss. Tried to catch up to that fastball, couldn't. Count is 0-1. Update from John Satterley. Barneveld leading Pecatonica 3-0. So matching scores. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And John Satterley has the call of that contest on South 78 radio. Jack White looks at that pitch, down and away. Brings the count to 1-2. Jack White on the season, a .250 batting average, a .718 OPS, 13 RBIs, 12 strikeouts, and 3 stolen bases. Looks at that one eye level to bring the count to 2-2. And White hits this one into center field, and a sliding catch by Logan Roush for the second out of the inning.
I'm so glad that River Ridge does all sports.
You're glad that River Ridge does all sports?
Yeah.
What's your favorite sport?
Baseball.
Baseball's your favorite sport?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that we're at a baseball game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Bedward at the plate. Looks at the ball. And grounds this one, or excuse me, hits this one down the left field line. Frederick tried to chase it, and he makes the catch for the third out of the inning. Goodness gracious, what a play. Another 3 up and 3 down inning for River Ridge. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Potosi Cassville 3, River Ridge nothing. High school baseball on Driftless Sports Network. Today's game is sponsored by Casco Kids Zone, inviting you to see Lanco at the Kewaunee County Fair. The fair runs from July 9th through the 12th. For more details, go to Kewaunee.com. We're also brought to you by Pages and Parcels in Potosi. They have plenty of cards at the store you can find for those graduating this season. Step in and find something special for your graduate at Pages and Parcels in Potosi. Also brought to you by 806 Photography, specializing in youth and high school sports with nearly 20 years of experience. From game action to team photos, they capture the moments that matter for athletes, coaches, and families. Tyler Dictanis and Arlo Dictanis with you behind home plate here at Cassville High School. High school baseball on DSN. Big matchup in the Six Rivers. Conference title implications here. Our score 3-0 in the bottom of the second. Potosi Cassville up to bat. Chris Vels will lead things off, followed by Alex Frederick and Damian Bauer. The 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the order for Potosi Cassville. And the update that we have in Blanchardville, it's 3-0 Barneveld in front of Pecatonica. First pitch is high and away for ball one. Swing and a miss. 1 strike. One pitch misses outside. And the count goes to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Chris Vels. On the season, Vels a 130 batting average, a 389 OPS. And that pitch finds the strike zone to make the count 3-2. Sails high for ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Chris Vels. 1 on, nobody out in the bottom of the second inning.
What inning are we in?
We are in the second inning. Bottom of the second.
Okay.
Alex Frederick, 1 for 1 on the game, had a single back in inning number 1. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that one clips the inner third of the strike zone to make the count 1 strike. And this one ripped down the right field line. Bedward trying to chase it, but it will drop for a base hit. Runners will hold at first and second. So a walk and a single to lead things off for Potosi Cassville in the bottom of the second inning with a 3-run lead. And now we'll see Damian Bauer had an RBI single and scored back in inning number 1. And drops a bunt. Koenig with the throw to first, and it's out of the glove of Jack White. Chris Vels will round third. He will score on the error. And Potosi Cassville now up 4-0 with runners at second and third. So we'll call that an E1 for Damian Bauer. Colton Vogelsberg, and the pitch gets away from Davis, and Davis able to get to the backstop and keep the runners at second and third. Vogelsberg flew out to right field back in inning number 1. And this one is a slow roller back to the pitcher. And Koenig able to get it to first in time for the out. Vogelsberg goes down 1-3. Two on, 1 out. In the bottom of the second, Potosi Cassville now up 4-0. Koenig with the delivery. That one missed inside for ball 1. But infield also flew out to right field in his last at-bat in inning number 1. And fouls this one over the backstop and out of play. 1 strike. 1 out and 2 on. And solid contact down the right field line. And Bedward tried to dive and make the catch, but it goes out of his glove. 1 run comes in as Frederick will score. And we'll say that's an error on the right fielder, Aaron Bedward. As it's now 5-0. Potosi Cassville in the bottom of the second. Runners at second and third again. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Reed Weber. Weber pops this one up. And it's going to go over the backstop and out of the park. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Did Weber get the bat back in time? Appears he did. 2-2. 2-2 with 1 out, runners at second and third. That one sails away to make the count 3-2, excuse me. 3-2 with 1 out. Payoff pitch, low and away for ball 4. Bases are loaded. Two runs on 1 hit with 2 errors in this inning. In the bottom of the second, bases loaded with River Sar at the dish. He was hit by a pitch in his last at bat and slaps this one right back to Koenig, and it rolls to center field. Damian Bauer scores. Ben infield rounding third, and he comes across the plate. 2 runs come across for Potosi Cassville. 7-0 PC in front of River Ridge. On the 2-run single by River Sar. Now Coach Redmond wants to talk things over with his infield. 7-0. Potosi Cassville in front of River Ridge with 1 out in the bottom of the second. While they sort that out, we'll tell you that our broadcast is brought to you by Pizza Ranch and Prairie du Chien, a family-friendly gathering spot that blends delicious, crave-worthy American comfort food with a heart for community. From savory creations like their famous chicken and classic sides to generous pizzas and seasonal specials, they serve meals that bring people together after the game, at team meals, and in celebrations. Whether you're feeling up for a doubleheader or gathering with teammates and fans, Pizza Ranch and Prairie du Chien is proud to be part of the memories made on and off the field. And we will have a pitching change for River Ridge. Koenig will move to third base. Alan Hernandez will now pitch. Reed Weber, the runner at second. River Sar, the runner at first for Potosi Cassville. Logan Roush coming up to the plate. And while Hernandez warms up, I'll tell you that our game is brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team. Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. By People's State Bank, for personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. And by Shannon Murray Photography, now booking 2027 senior sessions this summer. Spots will fill fast, so book now at shanmurrayphoto.com. And Hernandez, the new pitcher. Koenig moves over to third. So just a switch between the pitcher and third baseman. Logan Roush coming up to the plate. Roush had a 2-run single back in the first inning. PC with a 7-0 lead. The first pitch misses away for ball 1. Hernandez with the delivery. Off-speed pitch outside for ball 2. Hernandez with the 2-0. That one outside for ball 3. Snap throw to first. Runner gets back in time. Excuse me, count is 2-1. And Hernandez delivers. That one upstairs for ball 3.
Go River Ridge, you got this.
Barlow once again rooting for River Ridge, trailing 7-0. And that one's ball 4. Bases are loaded once again. Brings up Lane Schaefer. He was the only strikeout victim of Koenig in the ballgame today. Hernandez delivers. Fouled to the backstop. Count is 0-1. 4 runs on 2 hits with 2 errors on River Ridge. And this one hit down the right field line, and it's going to hook foul. No balls, 2 strikes. It's Lane Schaefer. Lane Schaefer, the starting first baseman for PC. Digs his feet back in the box, awaiting the pitch from Hernandez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cam Schaefer strikes out for the second time today. The first strikeout for Hernandez. And now Chris Vels was walked in his first plate appearance in this inning and fouls the first pitch back to make the count 0-1. Riverside, the runner at first. Reed Weber, the runner at second for Potosi Cassville. Chris Vels at the plate. And if he reaches base, we're back to the top of the order with Alex Frederick. And that's going to be a called strike. Count goes to 0-2. With the bases loaded. And a 7-run lead for PC. That one's high at eye level for ball 1. The 1-2 swung on a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alan Hernandez. And in the second inning, 4 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and the bases left loaded. Through 2 innings, Potosi Cassville 7, River Ridge nothing. We head to the top of the third on our high school baseball broadcast on Driftless Sports Network. Our game is sponsored by Point .08. Big flavor, 0 alcohol, nothing boring about it. Head up Chelsea with Point .08 for your next event. Find her on Facebook and Instagram. And by the Frugal Floozies, helping you find the best deals on everything from fashion to everyday essentials. If you love saving money and still looking great, they've got you covered. Check them out on Facebook. And by NG Coffee House, a cozy small-town cafe where caffeine, cliffhangers, and community meet. Grab a latte, find a seat, and fall into your next great story at NG Coffee House in Bloomington. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the order due up for River Ridge. Brandon Davis, Straven Morris, and Cam Reynolds. River Ridge, 3 up and 3 down in the first 2 innings. At the end of the first inning in Blanchardville, Barneville with a 3-0 lead on Pecatonica. Brandon Davis at the plate. Get to Davis's stats in just a moment. Vogelsberg with the nod. And the first pitch of the third inning is going to be a ball. Brandon Davis on the season, a .288 batting average. That one finds the strike zone to make the count 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1, swung on a miss. Tried to chase that one outside. Count is 1-2. Still 3-0 after 2 innings in Blanchardville, according to John Satterley on South 78 Radio. Brandon Davis hits this one over to short. Frederick with the throw to first in time for the out. 6-3 ground out. One away in the top of the third. Draven Morris, the designated hitter. The lefty coming up to the plate. Morris batting .175, an OPS of .586. That one high. And Morris had to duck away from that one. Count is 1-0. And that one's low for ball 2. Draven Morris also with 5 RBIs, 12 strikeouts, and 2 stolen bases. That one's low to make the count 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes with 1 out. In the top of the third, 7-0 lead for PC, and that one's high for ball 4. And a base on balls puts the first base runner on for River Ridge. Cam Reynolds, the left fielder, gonna dig his cleats in. Batting .214, an OPS of .567. 4 RBI, 6 strikeouts, and 1 stolen base. Vogelsberg with the nod. Quick check at first. And delivers. And solid contact made, and it gets through the glove of Ben Infield at third base and finds its way into left field for the first base hit of the game. So runners at first and second with 1 out. River Ridge trying to jig out of a 7-run deficit here in the top of the third inning.
You got this, Noah Copsey.
Rooting for Noah Copsey. Noah Copsey popped out to short in his first at bat, and the pitch is low for ball 1. In the first 2 innings, River Ridge was 3 up, 3 down. They have 2 base runners here in the top of the third. Copsey fouls this one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vogelsberg checking the runner at second. Here's the pitch. And Copsey rips this one down the left field line, and it's out of the glove of the left fielder, Reed Weber. Draven Morris rounding third. He will get to home plate safely, and River Ridge is on the board with runners at first and second. Noah Copsey coming through with an RBI single. Now Cale Koenig popped out to short in his last at bat. Trying to keep the momentum going for River Ridge. The pitch. He called strike, got the outer third. Koenig at the plate, Blake Reynolds on deck. That one's in the dirt. Ball gets away, and the runners will advance to second and third. So count is 2 balls, 1 strike, with 2 runners in scoring position, with the best hitter on the team at the plate for River Ridge, Cale Koenig. Vogelsberg deals. And Koenig hits this one into straightaway center field, and that drops for a base hit. 1 run comes in. Copsey holds up at third. Cam Reynolds scores. And River Ridge makes it 7-2 in the top of the third with runners at the corners. Back-to-back RBI singles for the Wolves. Brings up Blake Reynolds. Number 3 hitter in the order, grounded out 6-3 in his last at bat in inning number 1. The pitch, down and away. Great job by Bauer making sure that ball didn't get away from him. The 1-0. That one in the dirt as well, and another stop by Bauer behind home plate. And that's a called ball as well. Count goes to 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. And Vogelsberg a ball away from loading the bases. 3-0 swung on and missed. Like Reynolds couldn't keep up with the heater. Count is 3-1. 3-1, down and away for ball 4. The bases are loaded. And a golden opportunity for Alan Hernandez to put River Ridge back in it. 7-2 the score. Potosi Cassville in front. But River Ridge has all 3 bases loaded with the cleanup hitter at the plate. Hernandez struck out in his first at-bat in inning number 2. Coach Tony Leibfried of PC going to talk things over with his team on the mound. Well, we have a chance to say that our game is brought to you by Casco Kid Zone, inviting you to see Lanco at the Kewaunee County Fair. The fair runs from July 9th through the 12th. For more details, go to Kewaunee.com. Today's broadcast also brought to you by Pages and Parcels in Potosi. They have plenty of cards at the store you can find for those graduating this season. Stop in and find something special for your graduate at Pages and Parcels in Potosi. And by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Vogelsberg still on the mound for Potosi Cassville. 7-2, PC in front of River Ridge and 6 Rivers Baseball on DSN. Hernandez 0 for 1 on the game with a strikeout, but has the bases loaded. Swing and a miss for strike 1. There's also only 1 out in this top half of the 3rd inning. Vogelsberg with the nod. The 0-1 delivery. High for ball 1. Jack White is on deck for River Ridge. Hernandez looks at that pitch. It's inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Alan Hernandez. Two 1 pitch. Finds the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Alan Hernandez. River Ridge dugout trying to bring its team to life. The 2-2. Hernandez pops this one over the backstop. We'll do it again.
River Ridge is the best school I've had so far.
River Ridge what?
Is the best school I've had so far.
The best school you've had so far?
Yeah.
It's a good school. The 2-2. Hernandez follows this one to the backstop. We'll do it another time. Again, the score 3-0 in Blanchardville between Pecatonica and Barneveld. Barneveld, the number 1 ranked team and undefeated in the 6 Rivers. Win for them tonight essentially clinches the conference title. And Hernandez has to duck away from that one. Count goes full, 3-2. Vogelsberg a ball away from walking in a run. Three-two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Vogelsberg, also the second strikeout for Hernandez. 2 away in the top of the 3rd. Bases still loaded for River Ridge, trailing 7-2. Jack White 0 for 1 on the game back in the box. Cassville the runner at third, Koenig the runner at second. And this one hit right back to the pitcher. Throw to first is in time for the out. No runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. Potosi Cassville gets out of the jam and ends the threat. 2 runs come across in the top of the third inning. It's 7-2. River Ridge trailing Potosi Cassville PC up to bat in the bottom of the third in our high school baseball broadcast on DSN. Our game is sponsored by 806 Photography, specializing in youth and high school sports with nearly 20 years of experience. From game action to team photos, they capture the moments that matter for athletes, coaches, and families. Also sponsored by People's State Bank. For personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. We go back to the top of the order for Potosi Cassville. Alex Frederick, Damian Bauer, and Colton Vogelsberg due up. Hernandez still on the mound for River Ridge. Alex Frederick, 2 for 2 on the game. Had singles in the first and second innings, respectively. Our game also sponsored by Shannon Marie Photography, booking 2027 senior sessions this summer. Spots will fill fast, so book now at shanmariephoto.com. Alex Frederick in the box. The first pitch of the bottom of the third is inside for ball 1. Tomorrow on DSN, we will have a game in the Swall. We'll have Cuba City at Fenimore. 4:30 first pitch. Swing and a miss. Count is 1-1. The 1-1, low for ball 2. And Frederick hits this one down the right field line. It's going to be out of play. And near the concession stand to make the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Alan Hernandez with the nod. Here's the 2-2. Inside for ball 3. Count is full to the leadoff batter, Alex Frederick. The payoff. Solid contact. Over to short. Nice turnaround throw, and it's skipped away from Jack White. We'll say it's another single for Alex Frederick. Went on, nobody out. In the bottom of the third inning, Potosi Cassville 7, River Ridge 2. Damian Bauer hit an RBI single in the first inning. Reached on an error in the second. So officially 1 for 1. Hernandez faked a throw to first. Keep Alex Frederick there. Frederick has the wheels stealing the bases on the season, has 28 stolen bases coming into today's game. And that one hits Bauer. So a hit by pitch puts the first 2 base runners on for Potosi Cassville, and now Colton Vogelsberg. 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to right field in the first inning and then grounded out 1-3 in the second. Hernandez checks Frederick at second, deals the first pitch. That's inside for ball one. Frederick with a nice lead off the 1-0. Outside, and it's out of the glove of Koenig at third on the throw from Davis. So stolen base for Frederick. Damian Bauer also advancing to second. So 2 runners in scoring position for Vogelsberg. Trying to help his cause. Has to back away from that one. Count is 3-0. And Alan Hernandez, a ball away from loading the bases. 3-0, finds the strike zone right down the middle. Ben Enfield in the on-deck circle for PC. 3-1, popped up. And Koenig will close the glove on it for the first out. It's a big out for River Ridge. Score still 7-2. But Enfield flew out to right field and falls off the first pitch to make the count 0-1 on this at bat. Flew out to right field in the first inning and then reached on an error in inning number 2. The 0-1 inside. Frederick the runner at third. Bauer the runner at second for Potosi Cassville. Ben Enfield at the plate, Reed Weber on deck. This one will find its way into shallow center field. Frederick scores. Bauer rounding third. 2 runs are going to come in. Bauer gets under the tag. PC now leads it 9-2 in the bottom of the third. It's a 2-run single for Ben Enfield. He advanced to second on the throw. One on, one out. Bottom of the third. Hernandez deals. That one misses outside for ball one. Hernandez with the delivery. This will be grounded over to short. Off the chest of Reynolds, throw to first. Is in time for the out. It does move Ben Enfield to third base. So fielder's choice. And now River Saar was hit by a pitch in the first inning, had a 2-run single in the second. Hernandez with the nod. Here's the pitch. This one ripped foul down the first base side, out of play. Final score in baseball non-conference action. Belmont over Lancaster 3-1. This one hit to right field. Bedward trying to chase it. It will drop for a base hit. Ben Enfield scores. And a slide to second base, and he is going to be safe. Potosi, Cassville 10, River Ridge 2 in the bottom of the third. An RBI double for River Saar. Saar with 3 RBIs on the game. And now Logan Roush had a 2-run single back in inning number 1 and was walked in the second. Swing and a miss, strike 1. A low-scoring affair between these two teams in the first matchup, a 2-0 final. But PC bringing the bats in this one. This one fouled to the backstop to make the count 0-2. And if this score holds, Potosi Cassville rooting for both Pecatonica and River Ridge next week. This one grounded over to short, and a no-throw by Reynolds. It'll be an infield single for Logan Roush. Riversar moves over to third base, so runners at the corners for Potosi Cassville with 2 out. Lane Schaefer, the first baseman. He struck out twice in the game. Stands in, pitches high, throw to second is in time. So Logan Roush caught stealing for the final out of the inning. In the bottom of the third, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We head to the fourth. Potosi Cassville 10, River Ridge 2, 6 Rivers Baseball on the Driftless Sports Network. Our game sponsored by Pizza Ranch and Prairie du Chien, a family-friendly gathering spot that blends delicious, crave-worthy American comfort food with a heart for community. From savory creations like their famous chicken and classic sides to generous pizzas and seasonal specials, they serve meals that bring people together after the game, at team meals, and in celebrations. Whether you're feeling up for a doubleheader or gathering with teammates and fans, Pizza Ranch and Prairie du Chien is proud to be part of the memories made on and off the field. More final scores we can tell you about in softball. Barneveld over Dodgeville, 11-0. And leading things off for River Ridge in the top of the fourth, it'll be Aaron Bedward, followed by Brandon Davis and Draven Morris. First pitch by Vogelsberg, fouled over the backstop. Aaron Bedward flew out to shortstop. That one's low for ball 1. Alex Frederick tracked it down in shallow left field for the out. And Bedward pops this one up, and it's going to be out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Aaron Bedward. Followed up by Brandon Davis and Draven Morris. Bedward pops this one up, and it's going to be over us, and thankfully away from our heads. Neither of us is wearing a helmet. Count us 1 and 2. We forgot to bring your helmet, didn't we?
Yeah.
Should bring it next time, right?
Yeah.
1-2 pitch, down and away. The remaining conference games for Potosi Cassville after tonight. They'll be taking on Belmont at home. And this will be hit into left center field for a base hit. Bedward heads to second, standing up. And it's a leadoff double for River Ridge in the top of the fourth. Now Brandon Davis grounded out 6-3 in his last at bat. As a runner in scoring position, trying to help River Ridge dig out of this 8-run hole. and hits this one into straightaway center field. This one's towering, and Logan Roush able to track it down. And Roush able to gun it right back into the infield to hold Bedward at second. Fly out to center field for the first out of the inning. Brings up the lefty, Draven Morris. He was walked in his last at-bat in the third inning. Stands in, awaits the first pitch from Vogelsberg. Here's the pitch. Low for ball one. Again, for Potosi Cassville, they will have home matchups against Belmont and Pecatonica to close out the conference play of the season. And that one in the dirt for ball two. River Ridge, their final games are against Barneveld, scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. We'll see if the weather cooperates and gets those games in as scheduled. And this one falls to the backstop. Brings the count to 2-1. Vogelsberg checks the runner at second. Now deals. And that one missed. Count goes to 3-1. Vogelsberg with the delivery. And Draven Morris looks at a called strike. Count is full, 3-2. And Morris lifts this one. Over to second base, Alex Frederick there, and he will get the second out of the inning. Two away. River Ridge leading 10-2, or trailing 10-2, excuse me. Cam Reynolds had a single in his last at-bat in the third inning. He's 1 for 1. And Vogelsberg with a throw to second, and Bedward slides in as the throw is a bit offline. Vogelsberg nearly had him. And this will be ripped foul down the third base side to make the count 0-1. If Cam Reynolds reaches base, we go back to the top of the order with Noah Copsey. A 1 pitch. And it's going to be a called strike. Cam Reynolds tried to back away, selling that it would have been a ball, but umpire says it's in the strike zone. Count is 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's the third strikeout pitched by Vogelsberg. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Potosi Cassville 10, River Ridge 2. High school baseball on Driftless Sports Network. Update in Blanchardville. In the bottom of the fourth, Barneveld leading Pecatonica 5-1. John Satterley with the call at that one again on South 78 Radio. Our game here is sponsored by .08. Big flavor, zero alcohol, and nothing boring about it. Hit up Chelsea with .08 for your next event. Find .08 on Facebook and Instagram. And by the Frugal Floozies, helping you find the best deals on everything from fashion to everyday essentials. If you love saving money and still looking great, they've got you covered. Check them out on Facebook. And by NG Coffee House, a cozy small-town cafe where caffeine, cliffhangers, and community meet. Grab a latte, find a seat, and fall into your next great story at NG Coffee House in Bloomington. Bottom of the fourth inning. Potosi Cassville trying to pad their 10-2 lead. Potosi Cassville has scored 3 runs in the first inning, 4 runs in the second, 3 runs in the third. Ten runs on 10 hits, 2 errors against River Ridge. And PC has left 6 on base. Brings up Lane Schaefer. He was at the plate to end inning number 3. But Logan Roush was caught stealing, and the first pitch of this at-bat is a called strike. Hernandez with the nod and the 0-1 delivery. This one will find its way into left field. It was over the head of the shortstop, Reynolds. And a leadoff single for Lane Schaefer. And we have a pinch hitter. It'll be number 28, Evan Brewer. At bat for number 24, Chris Vels. Evan Brewer, no batting average on the season, has a .333 OPS, has 1 RBI, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, 1 stolen base on his stat line. Right-handed Bauer. Brewer stands in the box and drops a bunt. It's back to Hernandez, and Hernandez flips it to first. And the sacrifice bunt by Evan Brewer moves the runner to second. So now Alex Frederick back at the plate. 3 for 3. Multiple stolen bases. And hits this one over to short. It's off the chest of Reynolds. Throw to first. Is not in time. Runner safe. Alex Frederick able to leg it out for another infield single.
Go, Brandon.
Go, Brandon. Oh, Brandon Davis is your favorite player, isn't he? Yeah. Damian Bauer at the plate. Had an RBI single in the first. Reached on an error in the second. Was hit by a pitch in the third. That one sails high. Davis, no throw. And Frederick scoots his way to second base. And Damian Bauer, chance to deliver 2 RBIs, and hits this one over to second base. And a jumping catch by Reese Drew. Gets a big out for River Ridge, 2 away. Brings up Colton Vogelsberg. Flew out to right field in the first inning, grounded out 1-3 in the second. Popped out to third base in the third. He's 0 for 3. Trying to help his cause. And hits this one over to first base. It's off the chest of Jack White. White quick toss over to first base. And it's in time for the out. Huge out for River Ridge to keep this an 8-run ball game. No runs on 2 hits. No errors. And 2 left on base. We go to the 5th. Potosi Cassville 10, River Ridge 2. High school baseball on DSN, sponsored by Casco Kids Zone, inviting you to see Lanco at the Kewaunee County Fair. The fair runs from July 9th through the 12th. For more details, go to Kewaunee.com. We're also brought to you by Pages and Parcels in Potosi. They have plenty of cards at the store that you can find for those graduating this season. Stop in and find something special for your graduate at Pages and Parcels in Potosi. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 806 Photography, specializing in youth and high school sports with nearly 20 years of experience, from game action to team photos. From game action to team photos, they capture the moments that matter for athletes, coaches, and families. Don't touch it. Okay. And it looks like Noah Copsey's going to lead things off for River Ridge. In the top of the fifth, Potosi Cassville 10, River Ridge 2. Vogelsberg finishing up his warm-up pitches. Noah Copsey popped out in the first inning, had an RBI single in the third. He's 1 for 2. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Tim Tasker delivering a liquid death, just what I needed. First pitch to Copsey in the dirt for ball 1. There's a joke about the liquid death that I just received as Copsey with a defensive swing and a diving attempt by Vogelsberg out of his glove, and Copsey's going to reach base. We're going to call that an infield single, as Vogelsberg could have made the out, but that would have been a very tough catch to make, as it was about the 7 o'clock position on the mound. Weird angle falling towards the ground, but a runner on for River Ridge, and Cale Koenig at the dish. Koenig popped out in the first and had an RBI single in the third, and towers this one to right field. And it will be caught by Vels for the first out of the inning. One on, one out. In the top of the fifth, still 10-2. Potosi Cassville in front of River Ridge. Blake Reynolds grounded out 6-3 and was walked in the third. Reynolds hits this one to Frederick at short, and it's out of his glove. Copsey goes to third, and Reynolds will get to second base. Standing up, he's going to be safe. So we'll call that a single, and Reynolds advances on the throw. 2 runners in scoring position, and Alan Hernandez struck out in the second, also struck out in the third. Looking to come through and help his cause on the mound. Pitcher-on-pitcher matchup here. Vogelsberg with the nod. Down and outside for ball 1. For those who have been following DSN for quite a while, I was trying to get Liquid Death to be a sponsor of this, and Mr. Tim Tasker sent me a private message saying, hey, I'm a huge fan of Liquid Death too. If you can get the deal, I'd love to connect with you. Still haven't landed the deal, but he's able to bring me a Mountain Death flavored Liquid Death here behind home plate. Count is 1-1. Runners at second and third for River Ridge, trailing 10-2. Swing and a miss. Hernandez tried to chase that one down and away. Hernandez at the plate, Jack White on deck. Copsey the runner at third, Reynolds the runner at second for River Ridge. Chopper over to the third base side, throw home. Copsey caught in a rundown, And what's the call? They're going to say Cassville's safe. And Hernandez sprinting back to first base. And the bases are loaded for River Ridge. So a fielder's choice, and now the umpires are going to discuss it. I'm curious how they're going to rule this one. And it looks like the runners are going to stay put. Now Coach Leibfried of Potosi Cassville having a conversation with the home plate umpire. I think they were saying that Cassville was off the baseline. And now Jack White has a big opportunity for River Ridge. Bases loaded. Trailing by 8, looking for his first hit of the game. Jack White 0 for 2. Pickoff attempt at third. Cassville gets under the tag. He's safe. And that's going to be a called strike to Jack White. The 0-1. Contact made. Finds its way into center field. Cassville scores. Reynolds rounding third. The throw home. And Reynolds is going to be tagged out as he tried to jump over the catcher, Bauer. One run comes in, but Reynolds is tagged out at home. So 2 on and 2 out. New scores 10-3. Potosi Cassville in the lead. Aaron Bedward coming up to the plate. Popped out to the shortstop in the second inning, had a double in the fourth. He's 1 for 2. Hernandez, the runner at second. Jack White, the runner at first for River Ridge. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. One run on 2 hits this inning for the Wolves. Bedward tried to chase that one low. Count is 0-2. Williamsburg with the nod, checking Hernandez at second. The delivery. Foul to the backstop. Count stays at 0 balls, 2 strikes. Bedward at the plate, Brandon Davis on deck. Defensive swing, slow roller over to short. Frederick with the scoop, throw to first. Not in time. Bases are loaded again. So Brandon Davis comes up to the plate, or excuse me, Draven Morris. Or no, it is Brandon Davis. Davis is taking off his catcher's gear. Davis over 2, grounded out 6-3 in the third inning, flew out to center field in the fourth. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 10-3. Potosi Cassville in front, but a golden opportunity to bring the Wolves back into it. Davis makes solid contacts. It's a bouncer, and it's through the glove of Frederick. Halen Hernandez scores, and it's an RBI single for Brandon Davis.
Good job, Brandon.
Good job, Brandon, says Arlo Dictanis. We have a courtesy runner for the catcher. Running the bases for River Ridge, it'll be number 17, Colton Wiest. So Wiest at first, Bedward at second, Jack White at third, Draven Morris at the plate, Cam Reynolds on deck. First pitch is high and away for ball one. The last game that we had on DSN, we saw Mineral Point against Fenimore. That one's high and away for ball two. Mineral Point jumped out to a 9-2 lead. Fenimore battled back to make it 10-9. And the final score was Mineral Point 25, Fenimore 12. That one's away for ball three. Colton Vogelsberg, a ball away from walking in a run. Gives the nod. Here's the delivery. That's high for ball four. And it's Potosi Cassville 10, River Ridge 5. 3 runs coming across for the Wolves in this inning. And Coach Leibfried going to talk things over with his infield, and I think we're going to have a change in pitcher coming up here. Looks like it's going to be Alex Frederick. So Frederick will be the pitcher. Vogelsberg will go to first base. And as Frederick warms up, we'll give you his stats pitching on the season. Frederick has pitched 15 innings on the season, a 2-1 record, has 2 saves, 6 walks, 19 strikeouts, an ERA of 4.20, and a whip of 1.07. So Vogelsberg moves to first base. And I believe that will put Schaefer at short. Ben Infield's still at third base. The base is loaded for River Ridge. It'll be Cam Reynolds, the left fielder, at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Had a single in the third, struck out in the fourth. Aaron Bedward's the runner at third. Brandon Davis, the runner at second. Or excuse me, Colton Wiest, the runner at second. And Draven Morris, the runner at first for River Ridge. Cam Reynolds stands in. The first pitch from Frederick, high and inside for ball one. And that's going to be a called strike. Reynolds backed away, but the pitch was still in the strike zone. 1-1, swung on and missed. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cam Reynolds trying to deliver. Has 4 RBIs coming into this game. And keeps this one alive, fouling it back. Count as 1-2. Home plate umpire is okay. Frederick set to deal the 1-2. And that one fouled back. And this one ripped into center field. That drops for a base hit. Bedward scores. And it's an RBI single for Cam Reynolds. Base is still loaded for River Ridge. And now Noah Copsey with his second at bat of the inning. Had a single. Looks at the first pitch, low for ball one. Ten to 6 in the top of the fifth. Checked his swing. Home plate umpire says it's a strike.
Go Noah.
Carla cheering on her cousin Noah. 1 ball, 1 strike to Noah Copsey. That one's inside, and they're going to say it's a foul ball. Count is 1-2. I think it went off the knob of Copsey's bat. Copsey, solid contact. That drops for a base hit in right field. Another run comes in. Colton Wiest will score an RBI single for River Ridge. And this game is getting a lot more interesting. Potosi Cassville 10, River Ridge 7. In this inning, 5 runs. On 6 hits. And we will see another new pitcher for Potosi Cassville. Reed Weber warming up on the mound. 33 innings pitched, has a 3-2 record. 3 saves, 12 walks, 44 strikeouts, an ERA of 1.06, and a whip of 1.42. Latest update that we have on the game in Blanchardville. Barneveld still leading 5-1 over Pecatonica at the end of the 4th inning. Bases loaded for River Ridge with the best hitter, Cale Koenig, at the plate. Koenig popped out to shortstop in the 1st inning, had an RBI single in the 3rd, flew out to right field in the 5th. He is 1 for 3. Bases loaded, down by 3. The first pitch fell to the backstop. Reed Weber on the mound. Weber deals. That's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cale Koenig. That one's low for ball 2. Cale Koenig at the plate. Blake Reynolds on deck. Bases loaded with 2 outs. 3-run lead for PC. Swing and a miss. Caney couldn't catch up to that heater. Weber shakes off the first pitch, gives the nod. Here's the delivery. And it's going to be a called strike 3. Cale Koenig strikes out looking. And in the top of the 5th inning, 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and River Ridge leaves the bases loaded. Midway through the 5th inning, Potosi Cassville 10, River Ridge 7. Big high school baseball matchup on Driftless Sports Network. Another update in Blanchardville. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Barneveld still holding on to a 5-1 lead over Pecatonica. Alan Hernandez still on the plate, or on the mound, excuse me, for River Ridge. Ben Enfield, Reed Weber, and River Saar will lead things off for Potosi Cassville. Potosi Cassville scoring 3 runs in the 1st inning, 4 runs in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd. Held without a run in the 4th inning on 2 hits. Reed Weber at the plate, singled in the 1st inning, walked in the 2nd, hit into a fielder's choice in the 3rd. And has solid contact over to short. Reynolds with the play, throw to first, in time for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Ben Enfield's retired 6-3. Here comes Reed Weber. He singled in the 1st, walked in the 2nd, hit into a fielder's choice in the 3rd. First pitch misses the strike zone for ball 1. Hernandez winds up. Grounder over to first base. Jack White tosses to Hernandez, and he will take the base for the out. Reed Weber's retired 3-1. Now River Saar, hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, had a 2-run single in the 2nd and an RBI double in the 3rd. And makes solid contact, and it will drop for a base hit in front of Aaron Bedward in right field. 2-out single for River Saar extends the inning for Potosi Cassville. 1 on and 2 out. Logan Roush at the dish. Had a 2-run single in the 1st inning, was walked in the 2nd. And a throw to second, the runner's safe. They're going to say River Saar gets the stolen base, slides under the tag. So you were saying with Logan Roush, had the 2-run single in the 1st inning, a walk in the 2nd, had a single in the 3rd, and was caught stealing to end the inning. Count is now 2-0. To Roush. If Roush reaches base, Lane Schaefer on deck. That one fouled to the backstop. Thankfully, no damage to the camera. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. This will be popped up and out of play. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on and 2 out. Solid contact made. Reese Drew with the play. Throw to first is in time for the out. Logan Roush retired 4-3. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 left on base. We head to the 6th inning. Potosi Cassville 10, River Ridge 7. Blake Reynolds will lead things off for River Ridge, followed by Alan Hernandez and Jack White. High school baseball on Driftless Sports Network. Today's game brought to you by People's State Bank. For personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. And by Shannon Marie Photography, booking 2027 senior sessions this summer. Spots will fill fast, so book now at shanmariePhoto.com. Pizza Ranch in Prairie du Chien is a family-friendly gathering spot that blends delicious, crave-worthy American comfort food with a heart for community. From savory creations like their famous chicken and classic sides to generous pizzas and seasonal specials, they serve meals that bring people together after the game, at team meals, and in celebrations. Whether you're feeling up for a doubleheader or gathering with teammates and fans, Pizza Ranch in Prairie du Chien is proud to be part of the memories made on and off the field. Tyler Dictanis with you on the play-by-play. Some analysis by Arlo Dictanis behind home plate here at Cassville High School. Great setting, perfect weather for high school baseball. This afternoon certainly feels like summer in southwest Wisconsin. Blake Reynolds singled in his last at-bat, hits this one into right field. And the center fielder, I believe that's Logan Roush, chases it down for the first out of the inning. Brings up Alan Hernandez. Struck out in the second, struck out in the third, hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th. Pitch from Weber. And this one hit down the left field line. It's going to hook foul. River Ridge trailed 10-2 at one point, scoring 2 runs in the 3rd inning and then 5 runs in the 5th. And the 0-1 pitch inside for ball 1. And the pitch inside for ball 2. 2-1 count to Alan Hernandez at the plate. Looking for his first hit of the game. And towers this one into left field. And that will be caught. Second out of the inning. Not sure who the left fielder is for Potosi Cassville. It wasn't updated who is out there. It was Reed Weber, but Reed Weber's on the mound. Jack White at the dish. Looks at the first pitch, eye level for ball 1. One-0 pitch. High and away for ball 2. Weber with the delivery. And that's going to be a called strike. Catches the inner third. 2 balls, 1 strike. Aaron Bedward on deck for the Wolves. And this will be grounded over to the third base side. Infield with the play. Throw to first. In time for the out. Fly out, ground out. The Wolves are retired in order. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Potosi Cassville still leading 10-7 in our high school baseball broadcast on Driftless Sports Network. Thanks again to all of our sponsors who help us bring our broadcast to you. .08, The Frugal Floozies, NG Coffee House, Casco Kids Zone, Pages and Parcels, Pizza Ranch and Prairie du Chien, Grant Regional Health Center, 806 Photography, People State Bank, and Shannon Marie Photography. Proud to have them all on for our broadcast here tonight. And a reminder, tomorrow we'll have another game on DSN. We'll have a matchup in the Swall, Fenimore hosting Cuba City in a Swall rivalry game, 4:30 first pitch. And after the games conclude tomorrow night, we'll sort out what our coverage looks like in the early part of next week. High school softball postseason beginning a week from today. If there's conference titles to be decided, we'll see if we can bring them to you either on DSN or on Queen Bee Radio next week. Hernandez with the first pitch. That's going to be a called strike. At the plate is Amesley Tasker, a 143 batting average and OPS of 464. Looks the first pitch. Count goes to 0-2. The delivery. Down and away. Count is 1-2. Tasker batting in place of Lane Schaefer. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Tasker's retired. Brings up Chris Vels. Was walked in the second inning, struck out in the second inning as well. And this one lifted into right field, and that drops for a base hit. Chris Vels with a one-out single. One on, one out. In the bottom of the sixth, 10-7, Potosi Cassville in front. Back to the top of the order with Alex Frederick. 4 at-bats, 4 singles. And Hernandez throws it over the head of Jack White. It's out of play, and that will advance the runner to second base. So Chris Vels in scoring position. Alex Frederick trying to come through and deliver an insurance run. Try to keep the Wolves at least in grand slam distance. Pitch from Hernandez. Low and away. Vels going to third. Davis with the throw, and Vels is safe. Vels 90 feet away with one out. And that one's low for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Alex Frederick. Damian Bauer on deck for PC. This one chopped back to the pitcher. No, it's going to be a foul ball. It went off the kneecap of Frederick. So count goes to 2-1. The pitch. Going to be a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Alex Frederick. Frederick trying to keep his batting streak alive. Perfect 4 for 4 on the game. Chops this one back to Hernandez. Hernandez, quick check to third base. Throw to first is in time. Fielder's choice. Two outs in the inning. Runner at third for PC. Damian Bauer had an RBI single in the first, reach on an error in the second, hit by a pitch in the third, popped out in the fourth. And a very loud hit down the right field line, but it's foul. If Bauer reaches base, Colton Vogelsberg standing on deck. Potosi Cassville scoring all 10 runs in the first 3 innings. Been held scoreless over the last 2 2/3. 0-1 pitch misses high for ball 1. Though misses away for ball 2. Chris Vell's the runner at third base for PC. That one sails high, eye level for ball 3. Hernandez trying to collect himself for River Ridge on the mound. 3-1. That one's away for ball 4. And Damian Bauer reaches base on balls. Runners at the corners for Potosi Cassville, bringing on Colton Vogelsberg. Vogelsberg 0 for 4. Flew out to right field in the first inning, grounded out 1-3 in the second, popped out in the third, grounded out in the fourth. Vogelsberg has been quiet. He looks at the first pitch, and it's a called strike. Some might say he's due. And a loud chopper, and it gets through the glove of Jack White. Finds its way into right field. That'll score Vels, and Potosi Cassville gets 1 run across to make it 11-7 with 2 outs. Credit Vogelsberg with an RBI single. Runners at the corners. Ben Infield coming up to the plate. Flew out to right field in the first inning. Reached on an error in the second. Had a 2-run single in the third. And grounded out 6-3 in the fifth. Infield looks at the first pitch, eye level for ball 1. The 1-0 inside for ball 2. Foul to the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Ben Infield, Reed Weber on deck for Potosi Cassville. They're in the top of the 7th inning in Blanchardville. Barneveld leading Pecatonica 7-1. John Satterley with the call of that on South 78 Radio. That one's high for ball 3. 3-1 count. Hernandez in danger of loading the bases. Here's the delivery. It's high for ball 4. And now Reed Weber. Had a single in the first, walked in the second, hit into a fielder's choice in the third. Grounded out 3-1 in the fifth. And Coach Redmond going to talk things over with his team. No pitching change. Hernandez stays on the mound. But infield, the runner at first. Vogelsberg, the runner at second. And that pitch is away for ball one. Ryder Vogelsberg is the base runner at third for Potosi Cassville. The 1-0 swung on and missed. River Sar on deck. That one's way inside, bouncing off the backstop. But the runners stay put. 2 balls, 1 strike to Reed Weber. And that clips the outer third for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 6th. And this one hit the straightaway center field. Copsey tracks it down to end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and the bases left loaded in the bottom of the 6th inning. Last chance for River Ridge. The Wolves trail 11-7. Aaron Bedward, Brandon Davis, and Draven Morris will lead off the 7th inning. Reed Weber still on the mound for Potosi Cassville. Aaron Bedward, when he comes to the plate, popped out in the 2nd, had a double in the 4th, and a single in the 5th. He's 2 for 3. Looking to extend the game for River Ridge, trailing by 4 runs. River Ridge has to bring 4 across at least to extend the game. Aaron Bedward comes up to the plate. First pitch. Solid contact made, finds its way into shallow left. Aaron Bedward with a leadoff single. 1 on, nobody out. Brandon Davis. 1 for 3. Ground out in the 3rd, fly out in the 4th, RBI single in the 5th. Weber deals. Davis pops this one up. And it's going to find its way to the dirt. As Reed Weber tried to chase that one down from the pitcher's mound in foul territory. And Davis stays alive. Count is 0-1. That one's away for ball 1. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to Brandon Davis. Runner at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-2. And Davis lifts this one into left field. And it will be caught for the first out. Brings up Draven Morris. Morris was walked in the third. Popped out in the fourth, was walked again in the fifth. Rubber deals. Morris checked his swing, but the ball was in the strike zone. Count is 0-1. This one popped up. It's going to be over the backstop and out of play. Count goes 0-2. Morris stands in. Low for ball one. Cam Reynolds in the on-deck circle. That one's away for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 7th. Inside for ball 3. Count goes full. Payoff pitch high for ball 4. Morris is walked for the 3rd time tonight. Cam Reynolds, 2 for 3, singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th, had an RBI single in the 5th. The righty trying to cash in. Golf swing and a miss for Cam Reynolds. Edward with a 2-step leadoff on second, and that pitch sails high for ball 1. Reed Weber deals. It's going to be grounded foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 on and 1 out. Top of the 7th. And that's going to be a called strike 3. Two away. Back to the top of the order for the Wolves. Noah Copsey trying to keep the game alive for River Ridge. Popped out in the 1st inning, RBI single in the 3rd, single in the 5th, RBI single also in the 5th. Pops this one up. First base side, and it's going to go over the River Ridge dugout. Count is 0-1. Reed Weber checking on Bedward at second. Copsey, grounder, through the glove of the pitcher. Underhand toss to second for the force out, and that'll end the game. No runs. 1 hit. No errors and 2 left on base. And your final score, Potosi Cassville 11, River Ridge 7. River Ridge, 7 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors, 9 left on base. Potosi Cassville, 11 runs. Eleven runs on 15 hits, no errors, and 12 left on base. Potosi Cassville stays alive in the Six Rivers Conference race, but they will be rooting for River Ridge next week as River Ridge has their final 2 conference games against Barneveld scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. We'll see if the weather keeps those games on the schedule. But Potosi Cassville, again, 14-4 overall, 12-2 in the Six Rivers. River Ridge falls to 11-7 and 8-4 in the Six Rivers. And the Wolves are eliminated from the conference title picture. The player of the game, thinking about giving it to Alex Frederick, who was 4 for 5 at the plate. All of his hits were singles, but they came at critical times. So Alex Frederick, we'll say, is our player of the game. And a quick update. Game's still in progress over on South 78 Radio. Barneveld scores 9 runs in the top of the 7th. It's Barneveld 14, Pecatonica 1. They're now heading to the bottom of the 7th. And that'll wrap up our broadcast here from Cassville High School. Thanks to Tony Leibfried for helping me get set up with our stream here tonight at Cassville High School. Also, thanks to Coach Leibfried and Coach Redmond for the stats and information to tell you about the story about both teams here tonight. Thank you to Arlo for being a good assistant and color commentator here tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors to help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for watching along. This has been High School Baseball on the Driftless Sports Network. Potosi Cassville, your winner over River Ridge, 11-7. We'll have another game tomorrow on DSN in the Swall. Cuba City is at Fenimore. First pitch at 4:30. From Cassville High School, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.